Hey everyone, it's SimiSarah here, and today I am building a cottage bookworm house. I am mostly using the new kit that came out recently, the Book Nook kit, and this house features just really comfortable, cozy places for a Sim who just loves to read and is invested in using books to gain more fun skills. I do include a TV to work on that fun mood as well because I like building homes that are very practical to gameplay for The Sims. So in my mind, it's very difficult to have a Sims fun need go up quickly without a TV. But at the beginning of the video here, I'm working on the layout of the house, especially the exterior. I went in with my mind kind of set using this green swatch from the Growing Together kit, but it just did not seem to be working well with the color combinations and kind of the look that I was going for. I knew I wanted this front porch to be more of a greenhouse vibe, or just like full of windows, and the Growing Together door didn't seem to fit that aesthetic that I was looking for. So I end up using the Greenhouse Haven kit as well to have all of those beautiful windows that came with that kit. I love how you can alternate and put some windows that are open and some that are closed, but that's a really fun kit too that just came out as well pretty recently. If you were wondering about, how much do these kits cost and things, they're like $4.99 in the US, and a lot of people have a lot of different thoughts on the kits and are, sad to see the game packs go, and I agree with that. It is hard to let go of the game packs since those did come with a lot of gameplay features, where these kits tend to be solely build buy items or create a sim items. I am more into building for the Sims and playing the Sims, so create a sim doesn't really interest me. So those kits are kind of easy for me to just like ignore and not purchase. The building ones definitely catch my eye, and I tend to buy them, especially if there's like a sale going on. So I didn't buy like the Courtyard Oasis one initially because it didn't seem very much my aesthetic, but once there was a sale going on, that was one of those kits that I thought, hey, I'm a builder, it would be nice to have a little bit more options for the just like creating a beautiful outdoors for a home. I also became like obsessed with some of the wall swatches that are included with it, and just some of the gardening items. So that's been fun to play with. But I definitely recommend the Book Nook kit as well as the Green Haven kit. If I wanted to make a video about like ordering my favorite kits and like which ones I feel are worth the price and just which ones I enjoy using. But like I said, I'm more of a builder and a gameplay, so I'm probably will end up putting like the Create a Sim kits lower on the rank. Although I will say that there has been, like, I have purchased quite a few of the cast ones, not all of them, and the ones that I have purchased, I think my favorite one, I can't remember what it's called, but it just has like a very laid back style of clothing, and I think it is just so well done. The very specific items have really good textures and like tucking in shirts, and you can see the buttons, and there's a lot more detail on those than there has been in the past. Of course, this game, originally came out in 2014, so this game is getting quite like dated, so I'm guessing that the reason the details are so much better now is just simply time and possibly new or better artists and gamer developers, so that probably has a large part to it. But that does make it kind of interesting to see the differences in terms of the quality between packs from the very beginning to where the packs are now and the quality. Another thing I have noticed too recently is that while they're releasing more and more items, is that you can almost tell which developers or maybe project managers were in charge of different games. I've noticed that there will be one pack that just like all the features are just so well done and so detailed and so like aesthetically pleasing graphically. And then I remember when the bathroom clutter kit came out, there were like really cool items in there, and some of them were really nice, but then there was like a few key details that seemed to be like really lacking, such as the hair dryer, and the cord was completely flat, no 3D to it. And then also the candle that came with that kit, it had no flame in it. So it wasn't until that was kind of like put out and kind of blasted on Twitter that they did end up fixing the candle flame and adding that flame into it. But they haven't fixed the dresser. And so that's kind of that feels disappointing, especially after like getting, I would say, like this book kit. It costs the same exact amount of money as the bathroom clutter kit, but all of the items in this pack are just so well done. And so if you'll see here, I am starting to work on this entrance area right next to our front door. And that's kind of where I put my main focus for the books and just a cozy little area for a sim to read. So these couches are both from the kit. I end up taking the big couch and using it in my living room with the TV later on. I decided to use like this smaller one so the room felt a little bit more open, but like just so full of books and bookcases. I love that I used this half wall to kind of section off the dining room. It put a little bit of just more space for those bookshelves to go across, and this rug creates this really comfortable and textured thing as well to the room. So actually, so far, all of these items have come from the kit in this living room area. You've got this really cute planter with another little candle attached. You have like on top of the coffee table there, you have like a tray with a mug and a book, and like that's like my dream. I just absolutely love that cozy feeling and like a blanket and just sitting, especially if it's raining outside. There's just something so comforting about the being inside and watching nature work on replenishing the grass and the trees and things. I did end up using the everyday clutter kit by putting that chessboard up there as well on the bookcase. I thought that was kind of a fun thing to add too, since it was it's just clutter, so it's not usable, but it kind of adds this idea that this area is supposed to be almost technology free, or at least screen time free. So you do notice, like I did put the headphones on the bookcase as well, and that's from the everyday clutter kit as well. So that kind of just brings this element of not quite like isolation, but just that understanding that you could put on your headphones, listen to music, read a book. I'm one of those people who like to multitask like that and like listen to music and read a book at the same time. I can't do that as much. I have young kids now, and so I can get overstimulated quite easily with all the noise. So nowadays I just use headphones as like noise canceling. But I just love the idea of being able to really focus in on just rejuvenating yourself. But I love this, how the entryway turned out with me using some of the more clutter pieces from the everyday kit, clutter piece, and creating almost I'm using the blooming rooms kit little lamp hanging from the ceiling, as well as I think it's like a fig tree in the corner, and both of those things came from that same kit too, the blooming rooms kit. That's another one of my high build buy kits that I would say is worth purchasing and looking into as well. So that kind of creates the whole entryway of the house in the main form. And then I come out here on the porch and I think, okay, this is supposed to be a bookworm paradise. So I wanted to create another little space of just comfort where you could come and take a book out. Maybe you need to get away from the kitchen noise or the dining room noise or something. And so coming out here, you've got a cozy fireplace that came from Eco Lifestyle. I love this chair that came with Snowy Escape with that throw blanket just like thrown over it. Like I said, curling up with a blanket and a book is just, it's so dreamy. I did try using this like Blooming Rooms curtain thing, and I ended up putting it over the front door to kind of get more of that natural feeling. And I used a lot of plants from the Blooming Rooms kit as well here. I think that just brings like the outdoors into this room and kind of create this halfway indoors, halfway outdoors room, which creates another cozy place for a reader. And this is also a non-screen type of room, so you have like a chess table so that you can keep working on skill building items as well as a yoga mat. Like I said, I love building homes that are very practical to gameplay. So this is actually one home that I am currently using in one of my families. It's a small family of just a woman and a man who I believe they're engaged. So I'm waiting to have them do like using my wedding stories and creating the wedding of their dreams type of thing. But I haven't gotten to that part yet. So I'm still like, having like I'm having the female be really into books and the male counterpartner, I put like a whole gaming system, and you'll actually see that into the living room. So, as we get like further in, you'll kind of see I didn't create this with specific sims in mind other than a book loving sim, but then it kind of just came to be what I envisioned like a family could use, or like sims could use. And so then I ended up going in to create a sim and creating the sims that I thought would work really well with this home. But I really thought the mural on the wall in the bathroom kind of accented and didn't take away from the beautiful tile from growing together. And then I liked using this bed, and I believe that's from Eco Lifestyle as well. It's got that like pom-pom pillow and the different textured blankets as well that just really pop and stuff. So I thought that looked cute. The end tables are from Growing Together, and that gold just kind of enhanced and made things more pop. I did use the large mirror there from Growing Together. I ended up putting it actually out in the living room because I kind of thought that matched the vibe a little bit better. So I used this more modern, simple look in the bedroom to kind of work with like the dresser and things. And then the Everyday Clutter Kit handbags that are there as well. If you notice, I also have some of those shoebox type things, and those are all from the Dream Home Decorator kit. Dream Home Decorator pack. That probably is like my number two probably number two gameplay pack, simply because I am a builder. So if you are a person who's like really into building lots, that pack provides a career that's playable, that you can go in, be an interior designer, exterior to, you can add rooms to homes, you can add a whole like floor level to places, and you just decorate it how the sim requests you to, and you get paid for it. So it's a whole like active career that you can go in and use instead of just sitting in the build and buy mode catalog the whole time. You can kind of go back and forth. That really has helped keep my interest in The Sims going as well. Because otherwise I tend to just like jump from one lot to another building, and the gameplay, it's like hard to get back into the gameplay when you're so focused on building. So that's like one way that I've kind of incorporated my love of building into my gameplay as well. I will say that it can be time consuming if you choose to go along with your sim to work every day. So you end up personally, I love spending so much time in there, but the nice option is that you don't have to go to work with that sim every single time. Anyways, we're in the second bedroom because this lot actually is 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and I create this second bedroom with the idea of maybe like a university student who lives at home still with the parents, is into like music, and I just get like this whole records and CD players. You got a guitar going. I thought that would be kind of cool to have like a couple, and that they like raise their child all the way up to teenage, young adult, whatever you think. Now that if you have high school years, you can have a high schooler going to college early if they are doing academically well. So that's kind of a nice feature included with the high school years pack. So that's kind of what I had in mind for that second bedroom. I did end up having to like recreate that room for my game because I wanted to start with a young couple who have a baby, a newborn, and then raise it all the way up to like that university age. But I plan to use that room and like re-download that room specifically so I don't have to redecorate it. And then, so this next place is like that living room that I was talking about that has more of that screen atmosphere. But because I was so like book loving house, right? That it's just got to be this understanding of a sim who enjoys that. I decided to use the one wall on the far left as just a whole nother place for more books and really cluttered it up as well with different items from different packs. You might have noticed that I used the Desert Lux kit, little end table, or I guess I should like a it's not like the TV console because it ended up I put board games on it and things. I really liked how that kind of worked in with the aesthetic from the Book Nook couch that was in there. So I used that. And then these are those bookshelves I was talking about. These are from the Dream Home Decorator pack as well. And so far all of those decoration items were also from that. And like I said, love using practical items. So I threw in a speaker that kind of acts as an Alexa or a Google Dot. So if you didn't know, you can play like trivia with it. You can order a repairman. You can order pizza or delivery of groceries using that one item. And then on the bottom, I have both the cross stitch item from Cottage Living as well as the knitting basket there from Nifty Knitting. And then I also included a camera so that you can pursue more photography, especially since I added a lot of the picture frames from Growing Together where you can customize it with your own photos chosen. I thought that was a good detail then to have a nice camera in here so that you can do that. I also really love that little keepsake box that came with Growing Together. I don't really use it per se because it is a playable item. You can put things inside of it to like store. I don't really use it as gameplay, but I think the idea that it is usable if needed or wanted, that's pretty cool. But it just like looks really pretty on shelves. Lastly, I went outside and decided let's finish up the landscaping here. I did have a house that I had built right next door. I don't have a video of that house being built, but it is on my gallery. So if you're interested in, if you like kind of see what it looks like, or you're interested in this build, they are both up on my gallery. My gallery ID is SimiSarah, SIMISARAH, and you can download them both on there. I mostly will put like builds up there even if I don't record them and edit them and get them on YouTube. I will have like more builds than maybe you'll see on my YouTube channel. Sometimes that editing process can take a long time as well as like the voiceover. And since I just really like playing The Sims, I wanted to do voiceovers and these videos when I can, but I don't want it to be like contingent on me playing The Sims. So yeah, this is just a great way that I use to decompress and pursue a creative outlet in my life. Especially with two young kids, it's not as easy to get out of the house on my own, and so this is a good way to stay at home and use that creative outlet thing. So I really like the exterior of this home. I used these debug fences to kind of create a little bit of a purposeful walk area with all of these beautiful plants all about. I don't end up adding any like gardening items that are like usable, but I just thought maybe that this home, being that it's somebody who pursues non-screen time opportunities that maybe that gardening could be something. So if you're interested in that and want to get more skill building items, I leave the backyard pretty open for adding things. You could add a pool, hot tub, maybe the flower arranging thing, but the options are endless. Uh, I want to thank you so much for watching and tuning in for this speed build. Keep checking back. I can't promise any consistent videos, but I think it's worth just kind of popping in and hearing a little bit about what I've been up to and what I've been building. So if you're interested, please go check out my gallery and then enjoy the screenshots that will come at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.